Certainly one of the Jacksons making the most news these days is not Michael, it is sister LaToya, whether it be for a Playboy pictorial recently with a snake or a pay-per-view cable outing, which is going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. LaToya Jackson is joining us right now from New York City, and we welcome you to 2 at Noon. Good to be talking to you. You have been in the news a lot lately, LaToya, and let me start out by asking you if there is any truth to the reports that your brother Michael has offered you some $6 million not to publish your book, and that he has offered Putnam and Company, the publishing house, $80-some-odd million not to publish the book.
Boy, you just get right to the questions, don't you, Eric?
That's my job.
That's your job, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, I got to be honest and tell you that I really can't comment on that.
So is that a non-denial denial, or?
I cannot comment on it.
Okay.
I'm very sorry. I just don't have a comment for that.
No problem. Is there a rift in the family at all about your pictorial, about the fact that you've broken away from your father as manager?
Well, actually, my father made the decision.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who ordered Mr. Gorton to manage me. So it's not as if that's it, I left him and I don't want to be a part of you anymore. He made the decision. He knew that I was unhappy. And, of course, eventually he did finally put me in someone else's hands.
Okay. Why was that? Because a lot of people, I think, are under the misperception that you and your father had a breakup of some type.
Yes, I realize that they do. I think simply because for 6 years I've always wanted to leave the management company that I had with my father and go on to another, only because I felt that it wasn't run properly.
Mm-hmm.
And what you have to understand, I don't know what the big talk about is. No one else is with my father in my family. He doesn't manage not one member of the family.
Right.
I was the last to leave, so I guess that's basically what it is.
Okay. Tell me about what's happening with your career. You did the pictorial recently with Playboy. That was pretty interesting. Do you really have a penchant for snakes? Do you like snakes a lot?
Yes, I do. I have to admit that I do like snakes.
Do you have any pet snakes?
Yes, I do. I have 2 of them.
Uh-huh.
And so does my family. See, we were raised with snakes, so we don't find that unusual like most people probably would.
You said you were a little bit shy with the whole Playboy experience, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Did you ever feel comfortable during the whole experience?
Not until I had my snake.
Not until you had the snake? Because
Yes.
it was like a security blanket?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
let's talk about the singing. You had a good record a couple of years ago, it seemed, and then we haven't heard from you musically that much lately.
No, you haven't. I've been, again, in and out of the music scene. My father, of course, was managing me, and now I'm being managed by someone else. So I guess you'll be hearing from me.
The music career was something you really weren't pursuing originally. Your brothers kind of dragged you on stage once, didn't they?
My father did. It wasn't really my brothers. It was because they needed a different show. They had to perform in Las Vegas, and you know, during those days, you couldn't do a family act. You couldn't do that wild concert or whatever. And he felt that it would be great for me to go and do the tap dancing, sort of a vaudeville type of thing, and that's how it all began for me. But I'm very happy that he did do it because I liked it very much.
You mentioned the dancing. Is dancing something you'd like to pursue more?
Sure, of course.
Now, have you got a new album coming out at all soon, or?
I've just completed a new album, and we're still mixing at the moment.
What type of songs will we be hearing in that?
Danceable, up-tempo, nice love songs. A song entitled Playboy that I have written. Of course, a few other songs I've written on the album as well. But I think it's something that everybody will like. It has, you know, sort of a European edge with what's happening here in America as well.
Okay. When the song Playboy, I mean, I think we've all here in the studio got a little notice when we heard the title of that song. What's that about?
Well, it's strictly about a boy being a playboy for a girl. Won't you be my playboy?
Well, if you would like to see more of LaToya Jackson, she's going to have a live concert from Bally's Hotel in Reno next Tuesday, September 5th. It is a pay-per-view event available on cable systems around the Bay Area.
And that's why steamy Playboy exposure is sometimes just the thing to ignite a career.
Homeboy, who in the hell are you talking to?
There's a symbiotic relationship between celebrities and the reporters who cover them.
They use us to tout their newest project, and we use the opportunity to ask them the questions they don't want to answer. A case in point, Michael Jackson's stunning sister LaToya. She's promoting her pay-per-view concert airing this Tuesday, but I had other questions on my inquiring mind. Was it true Michael had offered her millions to stop her forthcoming tell-all autobiography?
Luke, that's something that I really can't answer right now. I really don't have a comment on that.
LaToya wasn't talking, not even about the book's title.
That I can't comment on either.
Secret book title, huh?
Yes.
And when I asked her about growing up in the Jackson household, she talked about how normal it all was.
I would like to think that. I would like to think that I'm a normal little kid or person from Encino. Yes, of course, I think I am.
But dodging questions is part of the game, after all.
The people who were setting up the interview, they've coached the subjects, just as it would be in politics if someone were running for president or for governor. They've coached them, and there are certain things that they want to stay away from.
Paul Wilner ought to know. The former managing editor of The Hollywood Reporter, he now directs arts and entertainment coverage for the San Francisco Examiner.
The position that most of us in the electronic and the print media are in this mating dance between the press and celebrities is generally that one has to give them the due of asking them some of the questions that they want to be asked about.
And so I did.
I'm talking to you simply because my object for being here is to really plug my pay-per-view special that I'm doing September 5th, and that's why I'm talking to you.
On the Hollywood Beat, I'm Louis Chonovic.
LaToya Jackson's surprise statement sent Michael's legal team scrambling and the rest of his family rushing to his defense. Mike Watkins has the latest on the fallout and how word spread through Hollywood.
I really feel that this will be a hands-down win for Michael.
Tito Jackson, Michael's brother, thought everything was under control yesterday. He and his mother, Catherine, arrived at a Los Angeles court early in the morning to monitor a lawsuit in which brother Michael was being sued for copyright violation. During a break, Tito, in this exclusive interview, said the case was going well.
I think once the public's aware of what these songwriters are claiming, and if they hear their songs and compare the Thriller to what they claim is stolen from or from The Girl Is Mine or We Are the World, the public will be able to hear America have a good musical ear.
Yet the day had not started out particularly well for the Jackson camp. The new Vanity Fair magazine had just hit the streets with a devastating article about Michael's private life. In it, Michael's attorneys admit the singer had frequently slept in the same bed as the 13-year-old boy who's now suing him for sexual molestation. But they claim that it was all innocent. Michael was always clothed and sometimes even wore his hat to bed. And despite the bad press, within the Jackson family, things finally seemed to be in order. They had been promised that Michael was coming home and would appear in their big-budget family TV special early next year. And more importantly, they were all finally expressing unqualified support for Michael.
We're a strong family. We believe in each other, and we know each other, and we're going to stick together through all of this, and we're going to be all right.
And during our interview, Tito even had good things to say about his sister LaToya.
We love her. We miss her. We want her home. We just want to see her.
But then late in the afternoon, the bombshell.
What 35-year-old man is going to take a little boy and stay with him for 30 days?
Suddenly, the Jackson family was once again forced to regroup. They called LaToya a liar.
Yeah, she lies all the time.
They called her husband, Jack Gordon, a con and a mongrel.
She and this con man, this thug, I don't know, I better not call him any more names because I'll really tell the truth on him. And he knows who he is and he knows what he's done.
And suddenly the shock waves were being felt throughout Hollywood. Our Meredith McRae felt the tremors as she covered last night's Billboard Music Awards.
You don't know what to believe when LaToya talks.
I just think it's really sad.
I mean, you can't say nobody guilty until they proven guilty. I feel sorry for all of them, everyone involved, all the family.
It's a real shame. Now the Menendez brothers try to cheat the gas chamber. Another Jackson is another name we're taking note of this Thursday afternoon, singer Toya. She says she'd like to bury the hatchet with her mother and father, but Toya says they have to make the first move. She wants them to publicly admit that her claims of child abuse were true. She wants an apology. Her parents have denied the charges. Norman Schwarzkopf says it's okay for leaders to cry. The retired Gulf War general offered the advice to professors at the University of Richmond's new leadership school this week. He told them he hopes they'll teach it's all right to care, to be emotional, to be passionate. It's also all right to be a comic book hero if it works for you. It certainly works for Prince. The first time DC Comics featured the entertainer, the comic book sold out in a day, so the company is going to try again. The new Prince comic book will hit the stands in October. It's about the same time his new album hits the record stores.